When the night was closing in, I was alone and so afraid. Couldn't see the light, no. Then my world began to spin. Where's the beginning and where's my omega? Have to make it right. Oh yeah, there's a moment when you know that every teardrop has to go. They be piling up inside. Inside this glow.
again. Hello. Good evening. I am Cheryl Moore Thomas, Interim Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs for Loyola University, Maryland. On behalf of President Terry Sawyer, our faculty, students, staff, and administrators, welcome to Loyola University, Maryland. Welcome to Baltipreneurs Demo Day! Tonight, we welcome the third cohort of Baltipreneurs. Tonight's event will feature a Loyola alum with a company he started while he was a student, a Loyola administrator whose student entrepreneur told him about the Baltipreneurs Accelerator. We'll also hear from a student team of 2 senior tennis players who, as athletes, can participate this year for the first time because of the recent NCAA rule change called Name, Image, Likeness, and community entrepreneurs who applied to a very competitive pool in order to be chosen. Now, this year's industries range from manufacturing to packaged consumer foods, services to medical devices. We have solopreneurs and a team of 20. To date, in our 3 years, Baltipreneurs has worked with 38 entrepreneurs from 29 ventures, representing nonprofits and for-profit entities. Aligned with our Loyola University Maryland's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, Baltipreneurs have worked with a diverse group of founders, including 22 founders of color, 13 women founders, 2 founders from the LGBTQIA+ community. Including tonight's awards, the program has given $135,000 in stipends, awards, and mini grants. The prior 2 cohorts have already gone on to successful sales of their companies, scaled product sales, national acceptance into prestigious national accelerator programs like Techstars and Future Founders, and large capital investments. Now, I share these statistics and accomplishments of our Baltipreneurs because despite their many differences, what brings them together is not only the bonds they build with each other through the program, but that all of these entrepreneurs will go on to grow their ventures and our Baltimore economy. Thanks to their success, they will be part of reducing the racial wealth gap and helping Baltimore become a more equitable city. What we are doing tonight is not only at the heart of the mission of the Baltipreneurs program, the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, but at the very center of the kind of educational commitment Loyola makes to its students and the greater Baltimore community. We prepare individuals to learn, lead, and serve in a diverse and changing world. We take seriously our commitment to each other and to our community. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you to Wendy Bolger, our Baltipreneurs, our mentors, to Kristen Fisher, Event Services, and each and every one of you who helped make tonight possible. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your attendance. Welcome again to Loyola. And now let the fun begin. Let's enjoy Demo Day. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you so much, Dr. Moore-Thomas. We so much appreciate the support of the Provost's Office. Thank you. I also want to echo the thanks to Kristen Fisher in academic events, and to Joe Bradley, Scott McCabe, and the whole team in events. Also to the staff in catering. We could not do events like these without the help of these amazing folks. Hi, everybody. I'm Wendy Bolger. I'm the founding director of the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. My job with you tonight is, number one, to cheer on the Baltipreneurs. Number two, and just as importantly, I'm here to thank all of the people who made Baltipreneurs possible. And I'll give you a little warning, there are a lot of you. There are a lot of you. So first, I want to thank you attendees. We have faculty here. Thank you for being here. We have alums. We have friends of Loyola, including Parents Council members. We all owe great thanks to you parents for trusting us with your students. So thank you for being here. There are students here who are getting extra credit. All right, we can use that this time of year. Our good, go extra credit. Thanks, students, for being here. I believe we have some members of the tennis team here as well. They're here because our student pitchers tonight also happen to be the Patriot League semifinal winners. They got further. They got further this weekend in the tennis tournament than anyone at Loyola, men or women's team, has ever gotten, and they're going to pitch here tonight. But thank you, tennis team, for being here as well. So we have family members of Baltipreneurs here, of course, tonight. And you know, if you have lived through it, as I have, if you have been in an entrepreneurial family, you know that entrepreneurship is a family affair. So we asked all of you on your RSVP, how did you know about this event? How did you find out about the demo day? And I want to tell you, the best answer that we received by far was this one, and I'm going to make a t-shirt out of this one next year. And that answer was, how did you know about demo day? My mom is a Baltipreneur. My mom is a Baltipreneur, okay? So we want Baltipreneurs to be proud, and obviously that mom is proud, and that child is proud, and we want Baltipreneurs to have the support of their families and their communities. That includes all of you as part of that community. Of course, we want to support women entrepreneurs. Many of them are moms. One of our entrepreneurs tonight is a new mom with a not even 2-month-old baby. So we are just so pleased to welcome folks of all ages, right, and any way you define family. So welcome to the Baltipreneurs, welcome to their kids, Loyola staff, our neighbors, and to investors. We talk about solopreneurs, but really there is no such thing because we need an entire ecosystem to ensure that these new ventures grow the way we want them to grow. And that's who you all are by being here tonight with us. So thanks for being here and for getting behind some of Baltimore's most promising new ventures. And we're going to continue with our thanks. Because I also want to recognize the Radcliffe Foundation and One Main Financial for their amazing support of our program. We have over $25,000 in rewards and $16,000 in stipends that are part of the whole program of Baltipreneurs. So thank you so much. Let's give these donors a round of applause. And I also want to be sure to thank the MBIA, the Maryland Business Innovation Association, and Founder Track for their in-kind support of a pilot program that gave us access to their platform. So we couldn't do it without these wonderful supporters. And we also need to thank our mentors. We have much more gratitude to share for this group of 8 mentors. The Baltipreneurs receive a lot of of support in many ways. They get $2,000 stipends. They get one-on-one pitch coaching. They have photo shoots. They get support from the library. They get instruction from Loyola faculty, from experts from all over Baltimore. The most influential of all of that is these people here on this screen. It's their mentors. So everybody up here was matched with a company. They spent at least an hour every week, most of them more, throughout the program, working with their teams, giving them advice, connections, and coaching. So thank you so much to all of you mentors. Most of you are here tonight. Some of you are streaming. So hello to you out there. And you made a huge difference to your ventures. So thank you so much. Our selection committee is so important. We have pulled in more people to help us with this because we received dozens and dozens of applications for Baltipreneurs. Last year we got over 80 applications. Someone has to make some really hard choices. I need help doing that. So thanks to these folks for helping us on the selection committee. Our esteemed instructors, these are the folks who come in and share their knowledge with the Baltipreneurs. Amazing content we've had thanks to all of our instructors. Our very last session was a standout. We talked about company culture in the last session of the program, and that talk was given by Marianne Scully. And I haven't seen her yet, but we are expecting Marianne in the audience tonight. There she is, right on cue. Hello, Marianne. We had such a great time learning with you on our last session, and I'm also thrilled that we'll be able to welcome the incoming Dean Scully, who will be the new dean of our Selinger School of Business. Now, this is new. This is a slide to thank the Loyola Angels Fund donors. We are raising a fund of $250,000 in order to address the problem of access to capital that our entrepreneurs in Baltimore tell us is the most challenging problem that they face. We have so far raised $146,000 thanks to the donors you see on the screen here. We would love to have the rest of you to have your support to get us to the final $250,000. This is a charitable donation. It is a tax-deductible gift, and the funds will be invested in people like the Baltipreneurs. The funds will go to high-potential Maryland companies with a preference for those led by women founders and founders of color. So we are so grateful to this group for believing in our vision for the Loyola Angels Fund and for supporting Loyola Angels. Thank you. Okay, now we're getting into it. We're about to get started. We're going to be judging tonight. And this, I thought you'd want to know how we select the winners of this program. There are 5 criteria that they're judged on, and that's what's up there on the slide. Product or service. Does it meet a demonstrated need? Potential. Will it scale? What's the future? Model. Is this a venture that's going to make enough money to be sustainable? Social impact is important to us. What is going to happen in Baltimore? How will Baltimore be a better place through this venture? And finally, the last category is the one where entrepreneurs really can have a lot of impact and show us their grit and show us what they have. Did the entrepreneur take advantage of the opportunities of Baltipreneurs, and did they demonstrate coachability? So that's how we're judging our Baltipreneurs. Tonight, for the first time, we also have an audience award, and that will be judged based on how much support we hear in the room. So you all need to make some noise for your favorite pitches, and that's how we're going to award that final award. All right. So here we are. Meet the Baltipreneurs. We are so excited to hear tonight from Depth Chart Database, Keppel and Kismet, A Friendly Bread, Agui Swim, Dolphin University Swim School, Chesapeake Collections, Mindful, Radiante, and Aidar Health. I want you to also be sure in our break to talk to some of our previous Baltipreneurs. We have folks from our previous cohorts, including Blue Bone Jewelry is here, Climb is coming, Hiatus Cheesecake should be in the room, and Smaltimore Homes. So we're excited for you to meet all of them. Now it's my chance to hand over the mic. I'm going to introduce our MC for the evening, who is also a former Baltipreneur. So I'm so excited to welcome to the stage Alfonso Mayo, the CEO of Mentoring Mentors. Come on up, Mayo. Just a few words so you know a little bit about Mayo. He's a first-generation college student, graduated from Stevenson University in 2014. He won an award when he graduated, and with that, he founded Mentoring Mentors to develop and teach African-American youth leadership, integrity, accountability, and a passion for serving within the community. We just did a program with some of the students of Mentoring Mentors just earlier this evening. They are amazing kids, and Mayo has done fantastic work with these youth. He has won a lot of awards and accolades. I will not list them, except to point out that he was a Baltipreneur. That's the one that we're very proud of. But you should know that he is self-taught. Mayo taught himself to read, and he is always learning. For me, he has been an absolute dream Baltipreneur. Mayo took full advantage of the program. He is a model for all of you Baltipreneurs. He stayed connected to me. He stayed connected to the rest of the cohort, and he learned and grew and expanded the work that he does based on the relationships he built in the cohort. You're going to enjoy getting to know him tonight as he introduces our speakers. Please welcome him and enjoy meeting the Baltipreneurs as well.
Good evening, everyone. All right, so I'm going to just do a small challenge really quick. I know Wendy, she got up here and she thanked almost everybody in the room. Wendy, if you wouldn't mind standing up, and we're going to do a little practice. We're going to thank Wendy because without her leadership, her boldness, none of us are actually in this room tonight. And so, Wendy, I would like for you to stand up. And I know we've been modest. I've been hearing a little bit of this. No. We're going to do it like you're at a Ravens game or like you're at a concert. I want Wendy to feel this through her body. And I'm going to count to 3, and we're going to give her the biggest thanks we can possibly give her, okay? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Wendy, for even allowing me to be in this space. Now, as a reminder, you guys have now set the bar high. So for each Baltipreneur, you now have to do that when they're coming up and when they get down, right? They always say when you leave, things get better. Last year, around the same time, I was sitting behind my desktop, giving a presentation, sweating, and I couldn't feel the energy that we have tonight. And so all I ask as the MC is that you give these Baltipreneurs their best. I want to welcome you all into the family. As Wendy said, you guys have already won. It's really not about tonight. It's the fact 80 people registered, and we have 8 people here, so you're in the top 10. So could we give them a round of applause for that? We have some amazing, amazing organizations, and just as a reminder, some of them are new, some of them are older, but what you're about to hear tonight is fascinating. And so I want you to really be intentional about the way you listen. I'm just going to ask, I don't mind you pulling out your cell phone, but let's do these Baltipreneurs a favor. Let's give them our undivided attention because they have worked hard over the last several weeks. Is that fair? Yes. All right. So remind you, we've already set the bar high, so we got to keep that energy. And so it's my privilege to present our first Baltipreneur. Unfortunately, he's not able to be here with us tonight. But I know for a fact you all would have loved his energy. I just happened to see his presentation, and he's an amazing person. Daniel Fitzpatrick, His presentation will be by video. Depth chart database, and we all know a little bit about the depth chart. I wish he had this last season for the Ravens so that they could have maneuvered around in their coaching. So Wendy, if you wouldn't mind playing or presenting.
Hi, my name is Daniel Fitzpatrick, and I'm the president and founder of Depth Chart Database. My pronouns are he, him. We founded Depth Chart Database shortly after the social uprising after the deaths of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and Breonna Taylor. As a college athletic administrator myself with over 6 years of experience and someone who identifies as a person of color, I completed my master's capstone project on the lack of hiring Black and brown coaches and administrators in college athletics. According to the NCAA demographic database, white people make up 80% of all but 4 positions in college athletics. We saw that there was a need for the coaches and administrators working in college athletics and conference offices to resemble that of the student athletes they work with on a day-to-day basis. The NCAA also realized that diversity has been a challenge in college athletics. Thus, they launched a new NCAA athletic designation called the MLA, that is short for Minority Leader Administrator. Our database consists of individuals who work in college athletics who identify as a person of color and is looking for new opportunities to be at the table making decisions on behalf of the student athletes, coaches, and administrators. This is what a profile in our database will look like. As you know, every successful business has a great team, and here's our starting 5. Shelly and Pashan are HR and talent gurus with over 30 years of experience combined. Steve has a background in banking as well as working at Microsoft in the tech industry. Jack is our tech guru who has created not only our website, but the database that is built into our website. And Teresa Phillips is a former college athletic director with over 20 years of experience and 10 years of experience coaching in college athletics. Currently, we have 8 schools who are using our database, and they have used it for over 33 searches within their athletic departments. We started off with a one-stop shop of a 1-year annual $5,000 model and realized that we were losing out on opportunities to help college athletic departments. So we created a new model that allows college athletic departments to use our database on shorter terms while still being able to generate revenue for the business. We also have built into our platform a job posting slot where college athletic departments can post their job openings, and it will go out to all individuals who are in our database. To date, we have generated $22,000 in revenue. So we launched in May of 2021 officially. In June of 2021, our first athletic department signed on to use Depth Chart Database. We are currently adding new features and upgrading to a 2.0 version to enhance not only the user experience, but the experience of the organizations who will be using our platform. For future growth, and one of the things that we have learned from Baltipreneurs is that we are able to create our niche, which is college athletics, but there are other industries such as banking, higher education, and marketing that can use our resources. I leave you with this. If you exclude 50% of the talent pool, it's no wonder you find yourself in a war for talent. Thank you for listening. We hope that if you have any needs or you know of anyone who's trying to be more diverse, that you will have them contact us, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Oh, nope. Remember, he's not here with us, and so we have to make him feel this, okay? So I'm going to count to 3. We're going to show our appreciation because we're going to scare someone walking down the hall, okay? 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure where he is tonight, but that was an amazing presentation, and it reminds me of myself. So really great job. It's one thing to be an entrepreneur. It's another thing to be a Baltipreneur. And this next person is Baltimore through and through. If you don't have a chance before the end of the night, follow her on IG. The name of the company is Keppel and Kismet, and I want to welcome the CEO, Ms. Nicole Sullivan, to the stage. Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Sullivan, and I am founder and chief maker at Keppel and Kismet. Keppel and Kismet is a small batch manufacturer of gifty goods made of wood, and we serve makers. We are makers. I am a maker. I was inspired by my paternal grandmother, who was a baker. Actually, she was a domestic. That's what she did full time. She cleaned the homes and cared for the children of judges in this very city. But in her additional time, which there wasn't much, she baked because she was passionate about it. And people it was joyful by the biteful. I remember, though, that at some point she narrowed it down to baking sticky buns to sell at markets. Farmers markets. Why did she have to narrow it down? How can she scale a business working full-time as a domestic and selling only sticky buns? Let me introduce you to Carrie Miller. Similar problem, capacity. Carrie is a solo entrepreneur full-time. She's also a full-time mom of a toddler. She's a part-time college professor. And she is the owner and founder of Tiny Dog Press, which is a local paper goods manufacturing company in Baltimore. Carrie manufactures 85% of her own products from her designs with her 2 hands and an antique letterpress machine. If Carrie could find a manufacturing partner to help her create a diversified product catalog, she could increase her revenue without increasing her workload, creating economies of scale. Enter Keppel and Kismet. We are that solution. We serve the Carries of the world, not just as a manufacturing partner, but as a design partner. Carrie sent us the design for the bench that's in this greeting card that you see on the screen, and this poster, and these were pressed by her hands, and we manufactured this wooden bench Christmas ornament. This ornament sold out in her first run in the 4th quarter of last year. She put in a second order. We quickly manufactured another set, and she's already increased her order for 2022. This is how we solve that problem for your solo entrepreneurs and your micro businesses in Baltimore, in and around Baltimore. How do we make money, though? Well, this bench costs us about $3 to make. We sell 100 units for $4.20. We add our graphic design fee, setup fee, minimum 1 hour, that's $50. The revenue on this particular order is $470. We have a 30% profit margin. On this order, it's $143 for an order that is on the low range of our products and price line. If we extend that to our total addressable market, we have 17,000 potential graphic designers who are illustrators, some makers, some not. We can service them all. If they each put one manufacturing order in, similar to the bench, there's $8 million in revenue for Keppel and Kismet. What's our secret sauce? We are local and we are relational. Have you met us? Like, we are your friend from the first day. You will never not be our friend, okay? So we are here to help your design become a product. You won't just upload, you will get a finished product that you love. There are alternatives, of course, but none that deliver exactly what we have to offer. I want to just make sure I get this in. Baltipreneurs has had a tremendous impact. We have had our first profitable first quarter since our founding 4 years ago because of changes made from what we learned here and with our mentor. Here's the team. It's a family affair. Me, my husband, our daughters, and 1099 contractors. What's next? A commercial space and hiring. We need to increase our production capacity so we can continue to serve the makers of Baltimore and have an economic impact in our city. Keep manufacturing here with small scale, small batch manufacturers. Thank you, and I look forward to talking to you all during the reception.
I like this crew. There it is. So, wasn't that amazing? Most of you didn't know that. I like this crew. They remind me of the Price is Right crew. And your price is right. I appreciate that, Nicole. All right. The next business that I'm going to bring up, Baltimore I'm going to bring up. Right now, it's an individual recipe, but I can almost guarantee you that in about the next 20, 30 years, it'll be a family recipe. And I love bread, and so I'm looking forward to this presentation, A Friendly Bread by Lane Levine. Levine.
Good evening. My name is Lane Levine, and I am the founder of A Friendly Bread. Our mission is to bring snack lovers back home to bread by elevating bread-based classics with sourdough. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how we can make $400 million in the next 5 years. I want to get you excited about 3 things. 1, A Friendly Bread just launched our elevated frozen sourdough grilled cheese for your air fryer or toaster oven. 2, grilled cheese is about to become America's favorite frozen snack. And 3, our product is the one people are going to buy. Now, let's talk about bread first. I hated bread growing up. I hated how it got soggy. I never ate sandwiches. My mom used to send me to school with a bag of crackers and a bag of lunch meat. At the same time, many people in this country have moved away from bread for other reasons, the carbs, the gluten, and so forth. Now, one day when my favorite bakery was closed, I channeled my grandfather, who had been baking bread for decades and decades for family and friends, and I got to work. Getting my hands in the dough drew me closer to bread, and I later discovered chewy, crusty sourdough, which satisfied my weird preferences and also had the potential to bring a lot of other people back to bread. It's got fewer carbs, it's more filling, and it's easier to digest. So I started a bread company focused on high wages for a growing local operation. We started in farmers markets. We became the milkman for delicious bread during the beginning of COVID. We even launched a line of gourmet crackers called Sourdough Toasts, now carried in 29 Whole Foods locations. So in 2019, we won Baltimore's Battle of the Brands, serving up grilled cheese. I thought this would go great as a packaged product for the grocery store. So our first product is Simple Country Sourdough with extra sharp cheddar and mozzarella. Our customers told us that they wanted simple reheating, minimal packaging, delicious gooey cheese, and high-quality crispy bread. That's what you get when you pull it out of the toaster oven. Now, we built this for the work-from-home millennial, but we've already seen universal love for it among our customers who have been placing reorder after reorder during our soft launch period. Now, I want to explain to you how grilled cheese is about to become America's favorite frozen snack. Let's start here. This poll from YouGov tells us that grilled cheese is already the most popular sandwich in America. We're not creating a new fad here, okay? But there's a major gap. If you look in any natural or specialty grocery store in the country, there is no option for frozen grilled cheese. That's a major gap. At the same time, we have a growing customer base that's looking for this food. My friend Kira is in her mid-40s, and she works through lunch and dinner most days, so does her husband. And they've started buying up the sourdough grilled cheese as a solution to those long nights. Millennials like her are driving new growth in the freezer aisle, looking for new, clean foods. So what are we doing? We're providing America's favorite sandwich in a section of the grocery store where growth is happening with a new customer base. All right, let's take a look at what some of Kira's other options are. Now, she could make her own grilled cheese at home, but she'd have to buy a whole loaf of bread, a whole block of cheese. She has to stand over the stove with time that she does not have. With sourdough grilled cheese, she's going to throw it in the air fryer and move on. Now, there are other frozen snack products, and there are even other frozen grilled cheese products, but in big box stores. None of those are natural or have the taste and texture profile that we're able to offer to the discerning work-from-home millennial. Now, let's start with the big news. If we sell to the 40,000 grocery stores in this country, we can bring in $87 million a year. That's where you get that $400 million in 5 years, all right? Gross margin of $1.36 per sandwich. We only need to be selling in 500 stores to break even. In the next 3 weeks, I have meetings with Sprouts, Whole Foods, The Giant, Target, and the Fresh Market. Any two of those, thank you, any two of those accounts will get us to that 500 by the end of the year. Well, thank you. Why is a Friendly Bread the company to grab a hold of this opportunity? First, we have strong operations. We maintained our service throughout COVID, never having to lay one person off. I've used the mentorship of my Baltipreneur mentor, a VP of McCormick, to land my first national buyer meeting. And we have a really strong team of bakers, brand ambassadors, and a marketing manager coming on. We're going to do sourdough French toast, cinnamon raisin and brie grilled cheese. Go buy one at Eddie's and Growls and make product requests at your local grocery stores. Thank you very much.
Okay. Lane, I didn't know that much about grilled cheese. And when I was in elementary school, I wish I had a sourdough grilled cheese. Anybody with me? Grilled cheese, come on. Sourdough grilled cheese. And the reason it's friendly is because you're a friendly guy. That's why it's the friendly bread. So I appreciate that. That was a beautiful presentation. But let's keep it moving. This company is a little different. We're moving away from jewelry, bread, and we're going into swimwear. So I would like to bring up our next Baltipreneur, the founder of Agui Swim, Miss Abby Decker.
Hi. So my name is Abby Decker, and I am the owner and co-founder of Agui Swim, an eco-friendly bikini brand. Everyone here knows somebody who got a pandemic puppy. Well, Agui was ours. We launched in the middle of the pandemic when we were robbed of a tennis season. Our team consists of myself, a future CPA, and my co-founder who specializes in marketing and content creation. We also have mentors and advisors in all of the areas listed behind me. So this is my home, and I'm so proud when I get to tell people that I'm from the Jersey Shore. I love the beach, I love the water, I love the community, but what I don't love is that this may not be the reality for my kids or their kids. By 2050, the Jersey Shore is predicted to see the ocean rise by a foot, and this is the same year that there are predicted to be more plastic in the ocean than fish. These are big problems that Agui recognizes. Agui bikinis have two purposes. First of all, we recognized as bikini purchasers that there are not a lot of options where you can feel both confident and secure. That's why our bikinis are very adjustable, versatile, and feature elegant designs in earthy, blissful colors. We also recognize that fast fashion is a major contributor to the problems that I mentioned before. That's why our fabrics are made out of materials taken from the ocean, such as fishing nets and fabric scraps that have been decomposed and regenerated into a nylon with an 80% lower global warming impact than regular nylon. We also donate 3% of our profits to the ocean cleanup. So in May of 2021, we launched our first bikini, and soon after, we launched a second. We also held a 4-day pop-up on the Jersey Shore Boardwalk. Since the start of Baltipreneurs, we have held 3 pop-ups. We've made deals with 2, soon-to-be 3 stores. We've seen Agui on the runway in the Telluride Aid Benefit Fashion Show. We've conducted market research, and we've even launched a 3rd bikini. In our first year, we brought in almost $6,000 in revenue and came $100 short of breaking even in our first year. This year, we have made 35% of that in months that are not prime for bikini shopping, and if we follow our sales plan, we're projected to double our revenues from last year. Our customer acquisition cost is $7 per customer. We spent under $300 on marketing in our first year. Our customer loyalty is represented by the fact that 11% of our customers in only 1 year have returned for a 2nd or 3rd bikini purchase. We also have a 1% return or exchange rate, which is far below the industry average for swimwear of 40%. We've also seen astounding digital growth. In the past 90 days, our profile visits increased by over 500%, and we've had over 800 unique website visits. We attribute this to the work through Baltipreneurs with the Loyola Consulting Group, who connected us to influencers who resonated with our brand. So what's next for Agui? This summer, we have planned multiple pop-ups and store partnerships, as well as the launch of a brand ambassador program, specifically targeted at college campuses. We also plan to establish a marketing budget. Just imagine what Agui could do if we spent more than $300 on marketing. By the end of 2022, as I mentioned, we plan to double our revenues, and we hope to continue to do this in the upcoming years. Long term, we want to decrease our manufacturing cost per bikini by ordering larger quantities, and we want to increase our donation to the ocean cleanup to 5%. We also want to hire a marketing agency to help us with ad placement. Finally, we want to expand our swimwear assortment. I want to leave you all with 3 reasons why I personally would bet on Agui achieving all of these goals. First and foremost, we see ahead of us a solid path to really rapid growth. The resources that we could achieve will have an immediate impact on our business's ability to obtain sales and exposure. Second of all, we have a manufacturer who has never said no to us. We've established a great relationship with them, and they have been accommodating and kind, and they want to help us and see us grow. Lastly, and personally most importantly, when you're betting on Agui, you're betting on us. 2 female student-athlete entrepreneurs who are competitive, who are passionate about what they're doing, and who ultimately get things done to achieve their goals. Thank you.
That's right. Could we give it up for the tennis team one more time? Congratulations to you all. Now, Abby, I might be stretching it here, but I did hear you say that you have another clothing line, a brand coming out soon, a new apparel coming out for the swimwear. If you're looking for models, I'm looking to be hired, and we can do something right here on the runway. Summer is coming, so I know the ladies are going to love it. All right, let's keep this moving. I'm sure Miami would love this next business that I'm about to bring up. Dolphin Swim University. I would like to invite my brother and my friend, Calvin Thomas, to the stage.
Hi, my name is Calvin Thomas II, CEO and founder at Dolphin University, where it's our mission and passion to bring the life skill of water safety to every child, family, and neighborhood. Every day, my swim instructors and I rev up our students with their imagination through purposeful play. So this evening, I invite you to use your imagination with me. Remember when you guys were kids? The school bell rang, you guys ran out to the yard, your friends are yelling your name behind you, and you see all of the games, basketball, hopscotch, on the ground. You're looking through the wired fence and you see school buses of children loading up for a field trip. Like a child, you count those school buses. 1, 2, 3. And now what if I told you that 13 school buses was the number of children, was the equivalent of children who will drown this year? Coupled with the history of swimming pools being defunded, drained, and shut down during segregation, this life skill of water safety has become an afterthought in many inner city communities like Baltimore. Want to help me solve a social problem? During the pandemic, I was sitting in my living room drinking wine, like a lot of many people across the world, and I thought, why not start swim schools in affordable premium neighborhoods? So I partnered with local homeowners, hotels, and fitness centers to bring just that. Now, I'm from South Los Angeles, so my mother and father put us in swim lessons at a very early age. So when I went to swim lessons and swim team, junior nationals, I didn't see many kids who looked like me. My first job was a swim instructor, and I did marketing from the East Coast to the West Coast, but still did not see people who looked like me. So it's no secret that our sauce would be targeting men, women, grandparents of kids who looked like me. Now, with a lot of support from my partner, $2,000 from my parents, we started to target families in the DMV and Baltimore area to bring just that swim lessons. We know that our secret sauce of these parents work because 76% of our parents come from word of mouth. Who doesn't love free marketing? Now, we started in the pandemic, but to say that we haven't seen massive traction would be a lie. We started in a backyard with 5 kids, and we knew that in order to reach our mission of year-round premium swim lessons, we would have to get into a hotel. We got into our first hotel, the Marriott, and we saw 100 kids enroll within our first year. Now it's time to grow. So we partnered with LA Fitness, bringing our brand into 3 states and making our swim school a national brand and splashing into the swim school industry. Now, that wasn't the big feat. Joining this competitive crew of Baltipreneur ventures, we knew that the fire was on, so we decided to go digital. We launched an app bringing swim lessons on demand to our customers' fingertips. We opened our 6th location, bringing 500 kids into our program and teaching over 2,000 swim lessons a month. Now, as I go around to the various 6 locations, I often survey our parents. And they tell us that affordability is one of the obstacles keeping them from teaching their kids how to swim. Our average parent pays $111 for group lesson tuition, and our company averages $50,000 in revenue, which puts us in the middle of our competitor. We're not only affordable, we have small class sizes, but we also are accessible, breaking 2 obstacles, affordability and accessibility, bringing Black kids into the pool to swim. Now, our hosted model currently will allow us to continue to add 2 swim schools a year, bringing us to a projected $3 million over the next 3 years with 12 locations. With the 21% profit margin, we plan to invest that money as well as investors and loans to build our first dedicated facility across the Baltimore area. Now, magic moments that I learned in Baltipreneurs. 3 things. 1, I defined my core values of my business. I have a team of over 30 employees, and boy, is it a lot for a 31-year-old to manage them. I, 2, learned how to use an antibiotic to ensure that the culture of my company splashes in the right direction. Thank you, Dean Scully. And 3, I grew confidence as a CEO to launch an app, open our 6th location, collaborate with like-minded entrepreneurs in the Baltimore ecosystem. And in all this that I'm telling you guys, the best news about this is that like knee scrapes, childhood drowning is preventable. So I invite you to speak with me after this and learn more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kelvin. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I know that I have a toddler, and he loves swimming. And so I appreciate you, my guy, for even bringing that to community. I genuinely appreciate that. Before we get into our final 3 participants, I just wanted to remind you all that these individuals, these Baltipreneurs, they're pouring their hearts and souls, right? Which is why we want to give them our all, right? They've been doing this for several weeks, and we're just giving them 2 hours of our time. I also wanted to remind you, the Baltipreneurs, that this is about relationship building. and that your deepest connection is the connection with your peers, so the ones that's to the left and the right of you. You can make this dream a reality just with the people right here, and the people behind you are just simply here to back you up. So what I've heard so far is amazing, and I'm looking forward to the final 3. All right, so our next company, the founder and CEO, Mr. Matthew Wilmer of Chesapeake Collections.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Matthew Wilmer. I'm the CEO and founder of the lifestyle apparel brand Chesapeake Collection. I'm so excited to be here tonight because my journey as an entrepreneur and starting Chesapeake Collection started here at Loyola back in 2017. And I'm going to take you through our company's launch, how we've gotten here and standing in front of you today, and our Baltipreneurs, how our progress has got us to our traction and brand growth in 2022. So like I said, Chesapeake launched at Loyola. I was a marketing undergrad, and I graduated here in 2017. When I was in the classroom, I was taking a class called Retail Branding. And what I noticed in the retail market happening was there's a lot of successful lifestyle and apparel brands, all carving out a highly monetized brand, leveraging their cultural influences in respective geographic areas as the source of their brand strength. I also noticed that Maryland companies were doing this too, but it was really highly targeted to state pride and just Maryland theme apparel that I thought that wasn't going to bridge the gap to a lifestyle brand. So I noticed that there was a gap of needing a lifestyle preppy company to represent the Mid-Atlantic and specifically the Chesapeake Bay. So that was the concept for Chesapeake Collection. Unfortunately, though, our ecosystem that our brand draws its strength and identity from is rapidly decaying. Historic levels of the bay grass, shoreline, underneath the water, bay grass, and also oysters is suffering from up to 98 depletion of historic levels. And these aquaculture supporting oysters and bay grass support all the life within the Chesapeake Bay, whether it's blue crabs or oysters or all the fish and rockfish that we enjoy. So I thought, why not combine these two noticeable factors? One, the Mid-Atlantic is missing a lifestyle brand to represent it. And two, the Chesapeake Bay needs our help desperately. So Chesapeake Collection was born out of those two assumptions. We started with a product mix of short sleeves, and long sleeve hoodies and hats. And our product mix also gives back directly to the Chesapeake Bay, but I'm gonna get into that in just a second. We trademarked our blue crab logo while I was an undergrad here at Loyola. Our designs are sleek and simple in nature, and they also featured regional and nautical-inspired graphics. And the best thing about our product is it's high quality. It stands up to retail brand standards, whether it's 100% cotton or ring-spun cotton, and it's soft and durable. It's not gonna fall apart in the wash on its first time around. So we sourced and worked really hard to make sure we're sourcing the best product around the country. We launched our e-commerce site in 2019. Even though I graduated here in 2017, it took a lot to get an e-commerce company off the ground. Our first year, we saw revenues of $195,000, ranging to $376,000 last year. This year, 2021, we saw revenues of over $713,000, and I'm proud to announce that this year for 2022, we're projected to hit $1.4 million in sales. Thank you. $1.2 million to date, and we're targeting $5 million by 2025. But all of this is a waste if we're not helping the Bay, like I said. With over 35,000 units sold, we're proud to donate 100 oysters per unit to help the Chesapeake Bay. That has translated to over 1.2 million oysters planted to date by our company. Our estimates with the CBF and the Oyster Recovery Partnership put that about 23 billion gallons potentially filtered over the lifetime of the oyster. So we're having a big impact right away, and we hope to continue to do that. Like I said, our direct partner is the Oyster Recovery Partnership headquartered in Annapolis, Maryland. We hope to continue our progress by having senior leadership take over. Our company was just acquired by Critical Mass Brands, and we hope to do, with our advertising team, keep the journey going. And here's the biggest part. I'm really proud to announce tonight that we raised $435,000 in private equity capital during the time of our program. And I have another announcement. We have 3 new ways to give back to the Bay. Our mentor here at the Baltipreneurs program really challenged me, move beyond oysters. How do you give back to the other parts of the Bay deteriorating? So we have product launches just came out in UV and performance, and they have 3 ways to give back. Help Chesapeake Collection reach 3 million oysters donated this year, and I thank you and Loyola for continued support. Thank you all.
Man, that was great news. And if you're from Baltimore, the Maryland area, you know that the Chesapeake Bay is our responsibility. And so thank you for that. That was magnificent. This next Baltipreneur, I actually had to go to her and her family to make sure that I was getting the correct enunciation of her company. I did take Spanish in high school, but it's been quite some time, Wendy, since I've been. So I'm hoping I do this right. Mindful E, Radiante, and the founder is Maritza Alcoriza, right? Am I good, right? Did I do well? Did I do well?
Hello, my name is Maritza Alcoreza. I'm the founder and CEO of Mindful y Radiante, where we transform relationships and lives with mindful moments. In these next 5 minutes, I invite you to observe who pops up in your mind that could support our workshops, retreats, and community events that we deliver for stress reduction education bilingually in Spanish and English. In 2020, we probably shared some of these experiences: uncertainty, isolation. There was a boom in mental health resources, an increase of mental health awareness targeting us as English speakers. There is a severe gap in Spanish-speaking resources, mental health awareness for the Spanish-speaking populations. And I started guiding bilingual meditations, virtual stress reductions, quickly seeing how participants were reporting lower levels of stress, coping mechanisms and skills, even using affirmations to replace negative thoughts like, we can do hard things, podemos hacer cosas difíciles. Oops. Okay, my background is as a licensed social worker. I have over 15 years of experience in the nonprofit world implementing community health and wellness programming. I also have experience as starting a nonprofit. I co-founded a nonprofit with 2 other individuals, one of them being Dr. Peter Morrell, the founding dean of the School of Education here at Loyola. And we worked closely with Baltimore City Schools, implementing leadership development with parents, teachers, and principals. I understand how schools use their professional development dollars and use a pre-approved vendor list in order to use their, to contract professional development. Mindful y Radiante is on this list. I'm also currently the Director of Social and Emotional Wellness at Living Classrooms Foundation, where I've started that position, and the programming that we're implementing across the city. In 2022, this first quarter, we have been implementing what we have learned through the Baltipreneurs program, establishing a new marketing strategy, designing new tiered pricing, launching our website, and I had a baby a few weeks ago. Thank you. In this second quarter, we're also pitching to new schools, we're gonna be at community events, and we're still growing. Over the last 5 years, there's been an increase of almost 200% in Spanish-speaking student enrollment in Baltimore City schools, which means these family members, caregivers, providers have mental health needs that are going unaddressed. And we can provide workshops, stress reduction workshops at their schools, at community events, family community engagement workshops, and be a resource to a community in need. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. These are new products that we've designed in the Baltipreneurs programming, which is something that was really costing us a lot of time before this program. Beating burnout with mindful moments, social and emotional learning that focuses on self-awareness and deeper sense of presence, and our wellness retreats are just 3 products that we've now designed. Before, we used to customize based on what the client needed, spending a lot of time with this customization, and now we can really focus on the products that we're delivering. We also designed new tiered pricing. We can offer a $50 guided meditation through a $1,600 4 to 6 hour workshop for professional development. Our revenue model is business to business. We can offer workshops for 2 hours at $800, a full day at $1,600. Our monthly numbers mean that 5 half-days of professional development a month could get us $10,000, and the potential for the school year 2022 to 2023, just targeting 10% at 15 schools could bring us $240,000 over the 10-month school year. We're continuing to grow. We'll be hiring staff, training them in our curriculum. You've heard our story with Mindful y Radiante, help us transform communities. In Spanish, we say, si se puede, which means yes, we can.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. That was amazing. So let's just keep it moving. 7 great presentations. And last but certainly not least, I would like to introduce the CEO of Aidar Health. And this is revolutionary, this technology. I'm not saucing it. I actually watched a YouTube video on this one. So he told me to call him Seth. So Seth, I would like to welcome you to the stage.
Ready? Thanks, everyone. I'm Satya, founder and CEO of Aidar Health. At Aidar, we aim to reimagine today's standards for chronic disease management. Every single one of you here knows someone with a chronic condition. I'm one among you, struggling to manage my mom's health, but she's not alone. More than half of US population have at least one chronic condition that requires regular monitoring of health. And these chronic conditions are significantly causing more deaths and costing our health system more than $47 trillion. And COVID didn't really help at all. And that these numbers are going high every single day. So for all these patients with complex conditions, they don't get any kind of interventions, but just catastrophic support. While physicians still rely upon single indicators like weight or pulse ox and expect the patients to self-report their symptoms. Whereas others just wear wearables and then think like, yes, they are healthy and then they're fine, but then they end up in the hospital, right? So what if we could take all these amazing devices that we actually see in a doctor's office and put them together into a simple to use device that a person like my mom or my grandmom was like 90 years old, she'll still use it? That's why we created MouthLab. It is a non-invasive, at-home, rapid health assessment device that measures more than 10 vital health parameters in just 60 seconds. It's more like a breathalyzer. This is our device. You breathe into the device for the first 30 seconds. At the end of it, you perform what is called a lung function test. Take a deep inhale and forcefully exhale. Once you're done, you measure all these different parameters. Your temperature, your blood pressure, your ECG, your oxygen sat, pulse rate, respiratory flow morphology. Everything what you only seen in a doctor's office in your home, just 1 minute of your day to get a comprehensive health assessment. And it's not just another gadget. We are FDA cleared, which is of highest standards. We are CE mark approved for Europe. We are ISO certified, MDSAP certified. We have 3 patents, and then we have 4 other patents that are pending. We have several trademarks and trade secrets, but more importantly, it has been validated. Today, my mom is using it, and I trust it, and I feel comfortable giving it to others, which is the benchmark that we set today. And we've been doing a lot of amazing initiatives in Baltimore, starting with working with the US Department of Health and the Veteran Affairs to actually build a COVID-19 triage system, and also looking into the long-term impacts of COVID. We're also working with the Johns Hopkins Opioid Use Clinic, or like Addiction Center, to help with opioid use disorder. Can we use our technology to predict and prevent all these different health conditions? That's what we're working with. And we're working with other several pharma companies as well. Right now, I mean, believe it or not, we just only raised $3 million till date to get to this far, which is unheard of in any startup, I would say, like history. But we are fortunate, we have a great team, and right now we are raising $4 million, which will be helpful for us to launch our device and technology commercially, and we are expecting at least $1.2 million in revenue this year, and expecting at least $41 million by the end of 5 years. Baltipreneur, I think when I started, I thought it was going to be something that's going to be a distraction. Honestly, like I was running back between meetings, and I felt like it would be a nice distraction. But no, it was really helpful for me, like because they were great mentors, and more importantly, every single person in the cohort was very helpful to me, because they were saying, Satya, you're always talking about all these things. Have you thought about direct to consumers? Or like there were a lot of things, like from Friendly Bread to like every other like direct-to-consumer brands, from swimwear to everything, which was amazing for us. Like I thought, okay, let me start thinking about it. What is the problem we need to address? That's another thing which we thought about. Let's address the problems in Maryland. How can we do that with our solution? And this is only possible because of our amazing team. We have over 50 years of experience in building and scaling technologies. We also surrounded ourselves with relevant experts in a number of fields that is incredibly germane to what we are doing. So today, because it is only because of Baltipreneur program, we were able to reach out to Medicine for Greater Good. One of our advisors, Dr. Panagis Galiatsados, he's the head of the institute. We're working with identifying like churches, synagogues to like community centers. Can we use our device to actually like look at patients' health? Can we look at screening patients? Can we predict and prevent the health inequity and the social determinants of health? Can we address that? Can we help the homeless? So we're working towards it, and we're taking small amounts of donations and other things just to support this initiative, to help nurses and others from Johns Hopkins who are willing to work on this at a lower cost. And this is great because we have great supporters, and we are changing the culture of care monitoring. Please come find me after. Thank you.
All right, so that will be the end of our pitches. Could we just do what we practiced earlier in the day? Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Don't that make you feel good? Oh man. I'm accepting some of that because I couldn't hear that online last year. But I would like to invite all of the guests, the family, the friends, and the loved ones. Our Baltipreneurs will be set up at different sites on different tables. Please, if you heard something that you felt intrigued by, please stop by, give a name, become a customer, become a friend, become a sponsor. And we're gonna get back at about, what time? About 7:40, 7:43, 7:45. So enjoy this time connecting. We'll be back. All right, all right, all right, all right. If everyone can start making it back to your seats, we would truly appreciate it. We're trying to get you guys home. I think it's Wednesday night SmackDown instead of Thursday, so we're trying to get you home for WWE. So come on back to your seats. I see you guys enjoying the grilled cheese. Come on over. Bring your plate. It is time. So first, again, we would like to thank you all for just spending the last few hours with us. As you walk back to your seat, I would like for you all to actually reflect what you was doing last year around this time. Many of us were sitting in our house. We couldn't go to work. We couldn't even go to the mall. And, you know, we lost something. And this is a reflection of what we're starting to get back. The world is not back to normal, but we're operating in a new normal. And so I appreciate everyone for being here, taking a chance to really show up for these Baltipreneurs. Again, I see people hands full, so out of respect for you, I'm not going to ask you to clap. But I still would like for you to cheer because we have 6 awards that will be presented tonight. And so Wendy, she has the privilege of announcing the winners. And again, your job, which we already practiced, is to be as loud as you possibly can. All right? So we have an agreement. Even my people back there on the table, we have an agreement for the students who are attending. The only way to get your extra credit is if we can hear you. And if we can't hear you, I'll report to your class. All right? So Wendy.
Thank you, Mayo. We have a lot of winners tonight. Everyone who presented absolutely killed it. I am so proud of you all. So proud. And I'm thrilled. I didn't really explain to you, but the Baltipreneurs vote for each other. They're the ones who decide. We do peer review, and we do that to build a cohesive team. Instead of a competitive team, they work together. The cohort gets to know each other. They know best who has made the biggest progress in the program. So here we go. The Pitch Creator Hustle Award, supported by the Pitch Creator platform. $500 goes to Mindful Radiante. Come on up. Come on up. Congratulations. Please come on up. The next award is the Audience Favorite Award. You all got to pick that one. It was tough, but we think Keppel and Kismet are the winners. The Audience Favorite. Come on up, Nicole. Congratulations to you. Next up, we have the Bronze Award. $3,500 goes to Keppel and Kismet. All right, folks, there's more. The Silver Award, we have a $5,000 grant that goes to Agui Swim. Ladies, come on up. Come on up. The Gold Award is $6,500. It goes to Dolphin University Swim. Congratulations, Calvin. We have one more award. The top score went tonight, the Platinum, to Chesapeake Collection. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Mayo, for an amazing MC job. Thanks to all of you, Baltipreneurs.
Okay, that's not what we practice. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna try to standing this time, right? So if you're already in the back standing, good job. Come on, up to your feet, on your feet if you're able to. Now you're gonna try to do this as loud as you possibly can because they gave amazing presentations. 1, 2, 3. Thank you all. Make sure you take a picture with some of these award winners. And no one really lost tonight because we all gained something. Thank you. Again, my name is Alfonso. Good night.